So today's crazy corporate news. Oracle filed with the SEC to let them know that they've closed a $30 billion cloud deal. We're not talking about $30 billion over 10 years. We're talking about $30 billion in annual recurring revenue for a cloud deal with an undisclosed client. They filed this at the same time, in the same quarter that they laid off thousands of people in restructuring. So you're telling me that you knew, look, I've been in tech sales for over a decade. A deal that big, you know years in advance that it's coming. You've been working on it for a long time. So you mean to tell me that you knew this deal was coming? You knew you were catching an extra 30 B per year. And you still felt like you needed to lay off several thousand people in the same quarter that you announced it? These companies are crazy, guys. Y'all nuts.
Man, yeah, that's crazy right there. So my jaw is actually on the floor. I can't believe they doing this kind of stuff, but at the same time, I can. This is the exact type of corporate behavior that is destroying trust in the workplace. And let me tell you why this Oracle situation is actually worse than it sounds. By the way, for those who don't know who I am, I'm Tech Bag Trey, your favorite cousin on your mama's side. And y'all, this is not just about Oracle, all right? Like, this is about a playbook that, to be honest, is becoming the standard across big tech, okay? Like, I've been in this industry long enough to see a pattern, and what we just saw here is one of the most extreme versions, right? I've never seen nothing this big. And this is why employees don't feel loyal to companies anymore. And if I'm being honest, I really don't blame them. But if I'm being more honest, what were you thinking in the first place, right? Like, if you're at these mega huge corporations, why are you being super, super loyal like that, right? Now, if you had a startup culture or startup, that's a little bit different. You being super loyal there is a little different because, like, you're able to see the CEO across the hall. Like, maybe you're in a meeting with the CEO every day almost, right? So that's not really the same. Now, these corporations where you never seen the CEO, never met the CEO, never talked to him, you set yourself up on that one, right? Anyway, I'm gonna break down what this really means from, I've been in tech sales as well, just like that guy. And yeah, like, when you're handling these big deals or deals like at that type of magnitude, I've seen it. You're having these quarterly business reviews, the annual planning cycles, multi-year forecasting models, all of that, right? Now, the finance team, they knew that this revenue was coming. Leadership team, they already had this baked into the strategic planning, right? Now, if we could roll back and really look back from the wall, every single executive bonus structure that they had was probably tied extremely close to this one deal. So, yeah, like, here's what really happened. Those same executives who were planning that celebration dinner and popping bottles and all of that for this massive win, they were also at the same time in workforce planning meetings deciding who to let go. That's the real deal. Think about that. So, I mean, you're literally adding more revenue than some of these Fortune 500 companies make in total. And you're still telling people that they don't have a job. It's not operational efficiency. And to be honest, it's really heartless. So here's what really sets me off as well about this one is, I've been to those, like, really close to those workforce management meetings when you see the spreadsheets where you can really reduce a human being down to cost centers, numbers on a spreadsheet. And that's why I always say you're on the P&L as an employee. Either you're on the profit side or you're on the loss side. And if you're an employee, then you're on the same side as the light bill. You really are. It's unfortunate, and it's not everyone, but that's how they look at you, right? So, you can be in the deal celebration calls where they're popping champagne and all of that, right? When they close the big deal, you can be on that side as well. But the cognitive dissonance is unreal. And you can't tell me that these companies, right, like this company, Oracle, $30 billion in annual revenue every year. And you can't tell me they couldn't not afford to keep the people or expand the team. You can't tell me that. Look at those ducks back there. Look at that. But that's the new math in corporate America, and it's really broken a little bit, right? Revenue's up, head count is down. Stock price is up, human costs ignored. They're optimizing for quarterly earnings calls instead of this long-term sustainable growth. And here, this is wild as well. Check this out. They'll use this as a case study in business school. Look how Oracle maximized shareholders' value. That's how they're going to put that. But what about the employee value? What about community value? What about basic human decency? All right. There's quite a bit of ducks over here, so I'm going to leave. This is pretty scary, right? Like if Oracle can do this during a $30 billion win, what's stopping every other tech company from following right behind them? Now, I know they're not all of them. And I wouldn't let that deter me from getting in the tech industry if I was you. But you do have to keep your eyes open for this kind of stuff to know that this is a possibility. It can happen. You're creating a world where success, it doesn't lift everybody up, if that makes sense. It can lift executives up, and it kind of can push down workers sometimes. So if you're a worker, then you got to make sure, hey, I was a part of this deal. I got this in my brag book. And now when I'm going to do applications and do interviews for these other companies, then I'm making sure that I'm bringing that out, right? It's not capitalism at its best, but you probably could think of it as exploitation, but they got good PR around it. But I want to hear from y'all around this, because I'm really struggling to understand how it's acceptable. And it's hot out here. I don't know why I keep coming out here in Texas in the summer, but I like it. But, on the business side, they bigging it up. This was done a couple of days ago. They still high off this deal. Think about it, y'all. That's annual revenue. We talking not over a 10-year period. Hey, you're getting $30 billion cash injection every single year. That's crazy. So, yeah. Let me know. Have y'all been laid off during your company's best financial year? What would you do if you were an Oracle employee right now? Is there any scenario where this actually makes sense? I don't know. I think there should be laws preventing layoffs during these record profits, if there was a such thing. I'm trying to figure it out. Is this just no big deal, or am I overreacting? Let me know. At the end of the day, it's not just about Oracle. At the end of the day, this is about what kind of economy that you want to live in. Do you want to live in one where success means taking care of your people, or one where success means extracting maximum value while giving minimum investment back? Right now, it feels like they're choosing that one. And it should scare a lot of people. Hit the like button if you think that this is wild. Y'all already know I'm going to leave the content creators information in the description as well. But yeah, let me know. What do y'all think? I think there's a gap between what companies can do and what they should do. And I think that gap is getting wider every day.